The Youngins podcast is brought to you by Figueroa 8, a new level of high-rise living in the very center of downtown Los Angeles. Figueroa 8, the new home for Swish Cultures content. All right, welcome to the Youngins podcast.
The Youngins.
We have a very, very, very special guest, one that's shifty. He has a lot of bounce, and he got one of the biggest fan bases that I've ever seen during my startup, especially from high school all the way down. We got Tahaad Pettiford, man. Thanks for being on the show, bro.
Of course, anytime. Appreciate you guys for having me.
Yes, sir, bro. And, kind of just, going into, before we kind of go into Auburn, I don't know if you even knew this, but like even for Swish coaches, you're probably one of the first players that I kind of saw like their journey, like your whole class, like from high school on the way down. And the first thing I noticed, bro, is like you have a crazy fan base. Now, I'm gonna drop the bomb on that, but you got a crazy fan base. Where did that start from, bro? Because like when I first started going to games, everybody like, man, you got to see Tahaad, like, and it's the same with social. Like, when did that start for you, bro?
Honestly, eighth grade, I really started blowing up, going into high school. Then we had COVID. So like that really shut everything down. My freshman year wasn't really a lot of hype around me. Everything was slow, but, starting up my sophomore year, I caught the body down in Chicago. And after that, everything just went crazy. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Can you go over the body? Like, what was it? You drove baseline, you drove middle,
It
and
was
then what did you do?
it was like he made the shot or whatever, and I was just out on the break because he laid the ball up first and he missed it. So I was already out, and then he got it back. He took a tough shot. He made it, but I was already out. And then Derek, he took it out. He just threw the ball, and I looked. I had a wide open lane, and then I seen him coming with me. And after that, it was just I heard dunk that, and I just dunked it. That's all I remember. To be honest with you, I was like, because I was going for the dunk regardless, and then he started running back. Like before that whole situation, like it was a lot of animosity going on between everybody on a bus. So like that situation just like was perfect, the perfect way to end it.
Yeah, no, that's fire. Yeah, because I always wondered, because like when I first got into the scene, like bro, your fan base was already crazy. But
Yeah.
I mean, let's go into to Auburn. I mean, what, 2 in the country right now?
Yeah.
Bro, what's been the atmosphere like? They haven't been 2 in the country for that long, in terms of the program. So like, how has it been, bro? Since even like on your visit all the way up until now, I'm probably sure you've seen a shift.
Yeah. Definitely a big difference from my visit. Coming in when I came on my visit, they were pretty good. They had a pretty good team. I don't remember what their ranking was, but they weren't this high. But now being ranked number 2, we just gotta stay humble. Coach always tells us, it's the team that stays humble, healthier, and just wants to win it more. That's the team that's gonna win it all. So every day we just come in with the same mindset, even if we won number 2, or even if we're not ranked, just try to come in at the same mindset every day, come to compete.
Yep, and that's fire. And just even for you, choosing Auburn, like what went on with that decision? Was it more so like, Ira, he's from New Jersey, and I
Yeah.
know how big you guys are about Jersey, loves Jersey, but we'll talk
Yeah.
about that in a minute. But also like Sharif Cooper, the way he plays and your style system, or was it like just joining the homie Jakai, like and joining together? Like what went on with that decision making going to Auburn?
Um, it was really just like the fan base and like coaching here. Everything when I came here, it just seemed perfect. The coaching, they wanted me to get better. When I came here, he let me know from the rip what I needed to work on. And what he could help me get better at to help me get to the next level. A lot of coaches don't really tell you that type of stuff. They let you know what you want to hear. So hearing that, that showed me another side of them, showing me that they really cared about me getting better in my future. And then, the fans here is just amazing. It's not a lot of fan bases that you go get like Neville Arena. Walking around here, they make you feel welcomed at all times. Um, and then just knowing that the players that were coming back, returning team, coach seeing something special in that team, and obviously we're showing that right now. And we just want to keep going. It was just really those main factors. And then I just wanted to get away from home for real, to be honest.
Yeah. Dang, I'm shocked by that, bro. Hey, nobody ever says that they trying to get away from Jersey. It's always love, though. I ain't even
Yeah,
gonna lie,
definitely. Of
but
course, I will never forget Jersey. I love Jersey, but sometimes you just got to get away. See a new environment. See how things are.
yeah, and you just made me think of something in terms of like, when you do go on a visit for a player like yourself, who's been, I mean, shoot, very popular for a long time, when you go on your like for you, I think it's very key that you said that, you know, coach already kind of told you what you need to work on. What did you hear a lot of during your recruiting visits? Were people scared to even tell you that and just praising you the whole time? Like, what was that dynamic because of, who you are and the notoriety that you already had?
I would just say like teams, they were telling me the things I wanted to hear, how I can fit in their system so perfectly, so well. It really came down to UConn and Auburn. Those were really the two schools that really let me know they really cared about my future and what they seen in me. And then on top, it's just like most schools, they all tell me the same things. To be honest with you, like I go and visit here. They let me know you come and start. We see this, you can do this, but that's the thing. Of course, I want to hear, but there's also there's cons to everything. So if I come here, everything's not gonna seem as perfect as you guys are making it seem. So that was taking a risk. Coming going to a school where everything seems so perfect. At least I knew that coming here, I was gonna have ups and downs. I was gonna have my games where I don't score. You gotta have games where you just play bad, but we here to help you get to the next level, help build you, and we had the right team for that. And that's what really just took those two schools on the next level.
Man, man, that's fire. Man, I'm gonna drop the bomb on that too, because even for me, like going to school and then playing overseas, but I always heard like when you get to college, everybody said it. They were like, the honeymoon is over. As soon as you get that first practice, it ain't gonna be the same how
Over.
it was on that visit.
You
So
better
that's
enjoy
fire
that
that you
first
said that.
week. Better enjoy that first week. 'Cause after
Yep.
that,
Nah, and
it's
nah,
over.
you speaking the facts. I'm glad that you said that because I mean, I think especially even for me, like when I came into the high school scene with Swish, I was just coming back from overseas, so even seeing you guys and how it's been, for your group, it's a lot different from when we were playing. So
Uh-huh.
I'm glad that you said like fighting for adversity and talking through that and not listening to that because a lot of times people just telling you what you want to hear, especially in this era. Everybody like, yo,
Yes.
the ball's gonna be
Yeah.
in your hands. This was gonna be
Yeah.
like, and
30
it's not
shots.
really realistic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. And then for you, I think one of the biggest things, even watching your film, is being a McDonald's All American, you coming off the bench, I think you really kind of been able to showcase number one, positivity, attitude, which is big. And then two, how you can play within the system and then also lead that second unit. For you, like how has it been for you, coming off the bench in a situation that you're not accustomed to? Because I know all the way down in high school you have the ball in your hands. And how
Yeah.
has it been for you being able to showcase that you can play without the ball in your hands? They can run pin downs, they can run zoom action for you. Like how has that been for you in terms of your
Um,
mentality and your growth?
Honestly, like people think it's harder than what you make it seem, but for me, when I was growing up, I always played up a year or two. So, I came off the bench on number one team before in the country. And it's honestly it wasn't as bad. At first I was looking at it, of course, every kid wants to start. I'm a McDonald's All American. People think I should start. But I just feel as though, if you know how to fit into a system, if the coach has the right game plan for you, you just follow that, everything's gonna come to you. Coming up the bench here, honestly, it's a blessing. I get to watch Miles Kelly, Denver Jones, the two lead guards ahead of me. Just watch them every day in practice, learn from them, and then when it's my time to go in, they have my backs. They telling me what I need to do, try to help me, and I just feel like with people like that around you, especially the coaches, um, you know, it's not that hard to be honest.
Yeah, bro, I can tell you've been raised by a great family too, number one. And it's funny, you already brought it up to me about growing up, and that was what the next question was going to be. So, shoot, you might as well do the podcast too. So, number one, the next question I was going to ask you is like your development growing up. Your mom and your pops, they both played,
Yeah.
and then also pops played where at St. Anthony's under Bob Hurley. How was it, for you development wise, and how were mom and pops? Were both of them tough on you since they had the hoop background? Like, speak a little bit about that.
Um, Honestly, my dad, he was really the main one, on basketball. But my dad was a baseball player too. So growing up, I played baseball, football, and basketball. I did all three sports. And then my mom, she was just supportive of whatever sport I really chose. I was blessed to be good at all three sports that I played. So it was just like I had an option to choose. I quit baseball early. It just really wasn't for me. So I was stuck with football and basketball up into high school, and I just made the decision with basketball because I just felt like I had a better chance at it. And then my dad, it was really my dad and my older cousin Christopher. He's overseas right now, actually. Them two, they were
Hmm.
just really on me about it. Training, getting up in the morning, and just try to put it in my head. If you really want to be somebody, be great. This is the things you got to do. So like I would say, starting around like the second, third grade is when they really started enforcing it. Uh, you know, Making sure that I was doing the right things, working out every day, just try to keep me consistent, and so I can be ready for this.
Yep. And then, speaking of that, like the St. Anthony's, situation that a lot of people think you're going to UConn, because I don't even think people realize that your pops went to St. Anthony's, right? Bob
Yeah,
Hurley coached there, then Dan Hurley coached there. So I'm
yeah.
pretty sure you probably early on were hearing a lot of like,
Uh, I mean,
pops went there, you going there?
yeah, they were. I mean, they were best friends. So like everybody thought I was honestly going there. Even on my commitment day, my whole team. I only told two of my teammates they really knew what I was doing, but besides that, everybody thought I was going to UConn. So it was just how close they were. He used to show up practices, he'd do everything to recruit, and we were really close. I had nothing wrong with them. UConn was a great program. I just felt as though I needed to get away from home, and that Auburn was just a better situation for me.
Yep. And then, kind of going into your cousin, isn't it? Your cousin, your older
Yeah,
cousin, someone that you looked up
yeah,
to, Christopher Miller. He plays, overseas. Shout out to the overseas grind too, Chris, man.
yeah.
And he's playing in Sweden. Talk about him being your trainer. I think that's really dope. Like having your cousin, someone you look up to, and then like how is that dynamic with him following his dream, having a time for you guys to work and lab up? I know during the summer it kind of works out, but how is it
Yeah.
during the season for you? Does he watch all your games? You guys doing film breakdowns? Like what's the situation with that?
Well, usually it depends on when he really leaves and stuff, but he watches all the games that he can. He tries to, if he can make a game, he's gonna try to be there. Working out with him is amazing. I get to he experienced the high level, especially in other countries. It's different. They play different out there. So him coming back
Yeah.
and just teaching me every day, getting in the gym with him. Me and him bumping heads every single day, playing ones. I just felt like growing up, that's just something like all kids need. That roughing up, make you tougher. Definitely made me tougher. Him beating on me got tired of that as I got older, so I had to put an end to that. But it's a blessing. I would say it's definitely a blessing just to have somebody like him in my life, being able to get the work in. Him to teach me, and I just get to watch him do the thing that he loves too at the highest level.
Did he ever let you win when y'all used to play, or he used to just
No,
beat you down into the six? Like
uh,
one day you
but
never gonna get me until I'm never gonna let you win.
it when I was younger, it was brutal. I would definitely say it was brutal. He'll let me score here and there. I might make a lucky shot. But he never let me win. That he made sure it wasn't even like close, so I couldn't even say nothing.
Nah, I like that, dog. No, that's fire. And then,
Yeah.
going into, your early years, you and Elliot Cadeau. Did you guys grow up in elementary together? I read that. Like,
Oh yeah.
is that true?
We
And talk about your dynamic, bro. I didn't know it was
we met.
elementary. I thought it was like,
Yeah, we met actually. What was I was in first and he was in second. It was something like that. First, second grade. We met actually at a basketball tournament. My first time I was leaving a football game. He was on the team. We met, and like he was the first person I talked to on the whole team, and we just had like a connection since that day. We used to. Then we wind up playing with the coach that was the coach of that team. We end up leaving teams with him, and we just stayed connected since then. And I mean, blessed to have him in my life too. My best friend, growing up with him. So, happy to see him doing what he's doing too.
yeah, and I really want you to speak to this because like the dynamic, both of you guys could have went to a different program and been the guy, but y'all decided to play together. I think that's
Mhm.
super cool, and it helps you with your journey alongside going up and playing in college and playing in the NBA. How's that
Mhm.
dynamic with playing with someone that also has an elite skill set and is nice, and how important is winning too? Because that helps you get prepared for this level. Both of y'all playing at winning programs, so it makes sense.
Um, it was definitely a blessing, just being able to have somebody like him, having a best friend where every time I wanted to go to the gym, he wants to go to the gym. We making each other better. And I just feel like the connection that we had since day one was just like a connection we really no, I don't think anybody should really break up if you have that type of connection. We had the chance. We definitely had a chance to go to different teams, and we did split up. But it wasn't even for different team reasons. My dad started his own team, so I went to go play with my dad. But that's when I also played for two teams at the time, trying to make it back and forth. But it was just harder. But I would just say that if you have a connection, that type of connection is not really something you should really try to break up. And I think we figured that out early. And we were younger. We also won a lot. So like it was just something like why would we stop now when we feel like we can just do this all the way up to high school, college, when we really might have to break up.
And then kind of like it's kind of funny too because I talked to Malik just last week, and Malik was like, "Man, like for me watching Tahaad and Elliot, I was cool with coming off the bench. He was like, I was cool with coming off the bench because I looked up to those guys
Hmm.
and I learned so much from them. Like when you hear stuff like that, especially from another top prospect, and especially for me, when I first went to an AAU tournament recently, I
Hmm.
saw a kid leave at halftime, bro. Like literally, it was like, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everybody don't just stay at programs anymore. Everybody
Uh-huh.
leaves. But when you hear like players like Malik say that, they want to learn under you, how does that make you feel in terms of like, especially what this era of basketball is where people would leave and like instead you got a top prospect saying, I want to learn from Tahaad and Elliott.
I mean, it means a lot, especially coming from Malik. That's like my little brother. We talk all the time. um, you know, Knowing that he's a top player coming in the country playing up. Of course, he wants the ball. He's leaving a team where he was taking 30 shots, but for him to just be able to sit down and learn from us and be able to watch and understand that we're the older guys in the situation. We've been in situations that you might not have been through, and him just being able to understand that at a young age, especially at a time now where people, like you said, just will give up, go to another team. It's honestly a blessing, and that's why, he's in the position that he's in right now to be able to play at the highest level next year.
Yep. And kind of going into NIL just a little bit, you and Dylan, you guys have the same age. And number one, how is your guys' relationship being from Jersey? And then two, speak a little bit about this little give back that you're doing next week. I heard you have a little give back going, but talk
Um,
about the relationship with you and Dylan first.
Dylan, that's like my brother too. We grew up
Mhm.
probably. I think I met Dylan in the fourth grade, and ever since that, we just been locked in. So, you know, yeah, all of us, we all really met at a young age. We all pretty much really just met each other around like I say like fourth, fifth grade was like when we all started really just coming together and try to get in a gym as much as possible together, just hanging out. Especially being from Jersey, not really much to do out there, so you you better that's the most you go get is a friend group. So just being around them every day or whenever I get the chance to is a big blessing.
Yeah, and then talk about the give back too that you're doing.
It's just especially where I come from, Jersey City. People are not as fortunate as I am, especially being able to play basketball and make money at a young age. So, just being able to give back to the kids that are less fortunate than me, putting a smile on somebody else's face, I just feel like that's just a blessing.
Yeah, I'm dropping the bomb on that. Number one, this was a setup right here. So Dylan Harper, the last time I talked to him, he talked about Red Bull and how he wants to give back to the community. That was the first thing he said. Now you
Uh,
already doing the give back as a freshman. That's number two. Then I talked to Kyrie. He talks only all the time about giving back to Jersey. What is it with Jersey? Y'all like are really big in the community, bro, and the
uh,
basketball community. Y'all always give back, bro.
I mean, like Jersey, like all sports, I would say, no matter where you come from, like everybody, they always show love. If you lived in Jersey, you don't have to be from there. If you lived in Jersey and you're succeeding, everybody wants to see you succeed. Everybody has your back because I mean, coming from if somebody from Jersey is congratulating me, it looks good on them. They congratulate somebody that came from the same background as them. Maybe you never know what somebody's going through, but I just feel like I don't really understand it to be honest, but I definitely love it. Knowing that you go get the love no matter where you go. I walked around Auburn and I met a few people from Jersey, and they just tell me how much it means to them that I'm from Jersey, being able to play here. They get to watch me, their families, and it's just like I say, it's just a blessing every single day.
Yeah, I rock with that. And then, kind of going into the NIL space for you. I think you guys were the first real group, especially in high school, to really deal with this process.
Yeah.
How was that for you? Especially building up from freshman year and then after COVID, like NIL is really popping. How were you able to navigate through the NIL process?
My mom, she was definitely heavy on saving money. She's always been on me about saving money. So like, as soon as I made my first check, it was $100. It could have been. She made sure that I put at least 50 away to save it. And then as I got older, started my junior year, as I started to make more money, we started getting financial advising, people I can bank with just to help me with my money, manage my money, and we've been doing great with that.
How have you dealt with people always coming to you with something? Because I hear it, for the players. I already know people always, somebody, one of the homies, hey, bro, look, Tahaad, we got this
Yeah,
situation for you, bro. It could be like,
yeah.
how did you navigate through that, bro? Like all the
Um,
time, too, never nonstop.
like I said, it was really my starting at what I think my freshman year. My dad and my cousin just made it known like if anybody wanted to communicate with me, they had to talk to them first, or it wouldn't happen. So
Yeah.
like some people messed it up for them just calling me right away, and I like had to let them know like you did it, you went around it the wrong way. If you would have called pops, then you might have had me. But people, my dad and my cousin, they made it known early. Like if you need something, you want to speak to him, call us first, especially at a young age. But as I got older, it was just being able to block out, certain noises, certain people, because not everything is going to be beneficial for you. It might be beneficial for them. So I just had to understand that at a young age.
Yep. And then, I did a little bit of research too. I'm gonna drop the bomb on what you said too. Number one, hey, he said something big time, y'all. Like, when it comes to the fam, don't try and go around the fam. The fam is always
Yeah,
gonna find out. I'm gonna drop the
yeah.
bomb
You
again,
can't
bro.
you can't
'Cause,
get around them. They
yo,
gotta find out.
that's what I'm saying, bro. They always gonna find out. So I don't understand. Some people try and steer people like from away from the fam. Like, it's, bruh, that's not the move.
Yeah,
But kind of going, just kind of doing a little bit of research on you. You like to draw. You
yeah,
also freestyle rap a little bit, and then
yeah.
you like playing the video game. Talk about the drawing too and the freestyling. Who you compare yourself to, two bars wise? Like, who would you compare your rap style to? But talk about that too.
My drawing, it's honestly just like something to just keep me calm, had a bad day, bad practice, no matter drawing is just something, that's peaceful. It's gonna calm my mind down, it's gonna take my mind off whatever was causing a problem. And then I could probably just get back to it, I call my mom, call my dad, call somebody I'm close to, then I have a conversation. But it's just like a peaceful thing for me. Sometimes I do it before a game just to lock in, clear my mind. I just start drawing out random things. And that's just really what it came from, to be honest with you. And then
Mhm.
my rapping, to be honest with you, I wouldn't say I'm the best. That's one thing I would say. I give that to Elliot, Elliot, my boy Timmy. Those are the two rappers out of the group. They really, that's their thing. I just, when I'm bored, I be with them. They be like, yo, just hop on a song or something. They tell me what to say. I think of something and we just go about it. But I wouldn't say, that's really my thing for real. I do it once in a while. My teammates throwing a beat. I wouldn't say I'm nice. I wouldn't say I'm nice. I'm good here and there, but it's just something that's fun. Get the laughing going, get people energy.
Yo, what type of beats do y'all be listening to? Y'all be going on YouTube getting random beats, or do we get the popular beats? We hitting some Gunna beats, some you know what I'm
It really
saying? Like,
depends.
or
It really depends. We just look up certain rappers and like their musical, their instrumentals. Sometimes we just look up like Chief Keef. He got some good instrumentals. We just look up. You can never go wrong with that. You just throw in one of those beats. And you just go from there.
okay, man, hold on. You surprised me with the Chief.
Mhm.
Hey, I rock with the Sosa, man. Hey, hold on. Okay, some drill. Okay, I rock with that. And then, for you also, favorite movie. I'm gonna ask you. This is a little setup. I've been doing research, bro. So tell me what your favorite movie is too, because I don't know
Uh,
if it would, if it's really true. But tell me your favorite movie.
it might catch a lot of people off guard, but the Polar Express.
Oh wow,
Yeah, it's
what do
just,
you
I
like
think
from that movie?
it's just like a Christmas classic. Like Christmas is like my favorite time of the year. Even though my birthday, I'm a summer dude, I'm a summer kid. But one thing about I don't know, I just always loved Christmas as a kid. And I think no, that was the second movie I watched. And like ever since I watched it, I probably watched it over 100 times to be honest with you.
All right, then what about Titanic, bro? I read
Oh,
something about Titanic.
yes, Titanic is they're like right there. Titanic and Polar Express are literally right there with each other. It's nothing tops those two movies. Like, or
Uh,
yeah.
and then if you were to compare yourself for a character in Titanic, who would that character be?
Hmm. See, I wouldn't even say Jack because like he's the main character. You know, he's a cool dude.
You
He a
could,
chill dude. Nah. I wouldn't even say Jack. Like he a chill dude for real. Like
but
I
y'all
want
draw,
to be him.
you draw, he draws.
Nah,
So I ain't mad at I ain't
nah,
mad at
yeah,
Jack.
but I'm gonna let Jack have him. You feel me? In that movie in Titanic, I would be a side character just to watch Jack for real. Like I just wanna, I watch him move. You feel me? Watch him be slick. You know, he a slick dude. Just watch how he move for real. To be honest with
Okay,
you, yeah.
nah, I rock with that. And then just kind of like for all the kids out there too, especially during the process, kind of following your journey, since I know that's been the case. What's some of the best advice you can give them in terms of doing this process, choosing the school, going through all that, and being a top prospect during that time?
Um, Definitely stay humble and throughout this whole process. Can never just get over yourself, you know, because there's always more than just you. And when going through this process, make sure like you know what you want to do. Make sure you have goals that you want to set and schools that want to help you set those goals. You know, complete those goals that you have set. Because everybody gonna tell you what you want to hear. Everybody gonna let you know you can do this, do that. But it's really what schools really have the best fit for you. It might not be that first year. Some schools might have the fit for you your second year coming there, but they want to help you progress throughout your first year. Some schools go tell you you're a one and done, and that might not be the case. So I just feel as though you can't listen and believe everything you hear. Definitely keep your circle tight. My fault. Keep your circle tight. Because everybody gonna try to become in your circle, especially growing up and becoming a top athlete. Everybody's gonna try to get next to you, try to do things for you. So on the back end, you have to help them. So you just gotta watch who you keep in your circle. And I would just say keep God first. God has the plan for you, and you keep Him first. I feel like everything's gonna set out the way it's supposed to be.
Yep, I'm gonna drop the bomb. And then before we get to your play breakdowns, we're gonna look at some plays. I hope you didn't think that we were done in terms of that. We gotta show some of the plays and show how your game translates also to the pro level too. But for you, you have one of the highest offensive ratings. And I feel like even though you've showcased what you have in high school, I feel like you still, one of those sleepers in my opinion because of how you've been able to play within the system. And you
Hmm.
guys are winning. Nobody wants to talk about winning anymore. Like, you got to be a winner, bro, in this game. Like,
Yes,
honestly, it
definitely,
comes down to that, bro. But
definitely,
do you
definitely.
feel like to you, like, I know you probably don't even worry about it, but like for you, like, is it like, yo, I'm just about winning, bro, to be honest with you? And like, how do you feel do you feel like you get slept on in some ways in terms of college, because you guys are winning, you're playing a
Um,
role?
definitely, I feel like I get slept on, just because of the situation I'm in. I'm playing with a National Player of the Year candidate, Janai Broom, and we're winning. So like nobody really cares about the player things. We're doing everything we need to do to win as a team. And honestly, that's why I came here. Coach told me he planned on winning this year. We had the right team to do it. He brought the right pieces in, and I feel like everything is coming together. And I am big on winning. I'm a winning guy. I would love to win a national championship. Coming off the bench, starting, scoring 20, scoring 10. If I'm winning, that's all that matters because, at the end of the day, a coach wants a winner. That's somebody that can give you 40 in a loss.
Yeah, and last thing I'm gonna leave you with before we get to the plays is this: that man, I went to Steph Curry camp. I'll never forget, bro. You were cooking in that, and Steph was playing during that time. You were cooking. I was just like, man, like he gonna have the ball in his hand. I'm thinking like all that. Then
Hmm.
I go into the college, and what was impressive to me is how you do playing Peja situations and stuff. We'll get into that in a minute, but I want to give you your flowers in that because like going to stuff like that, being a cookbook, being someone that cooks up, you could have easily been like, bro, I need the ball in my hand. I need 30 shots. I need
Hmm.
that. But to hear you speak and to really hear from your perspective, I'm glad that people are gonna be able to hear that because I think that's
Hmm.
fire, bro. First thing we're gonna talk about, bro.